Hey guys, it's Matt with ContractorHUB, and today we're going to talk about time entries, editing those time entries, and a couple of the time clock settings for the mobile app. So naturally, the guys in the field that are going to be clocking in or clocking out, we can set up some requirements that they can or can't clock in unless they have GPS. There's a lot of different things that we can set up, but we're going to go ahead and look at that time entries. So this is just going to be a list of all your entries, and we'll talk about, eventually getting that exported or pushed over to your QuickBooks or however your payroll system is working. We can do that. The other integration that we're really happy to introduce in the next coming week or two will be Sequify. So if you're managing payroll, commissions, all those types of things, they are an amazing software to be able to do that. I'm happy to make an introduction if you need it. Just reach out to your customer success. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get right in. We're going to go ahead and go into team management, and then we're going to go into our time entries. Now, these are all the clock in and clock outs by all of your different employees, what jobs that they were assigned to, and we're going to see if those were actually billed as well. So if you're billing time to a project, we'll know if we've actually billed for that time yet. We're also going to see the project that it was assigned to and whether it was a job, what type of clock in, clock out it was. A lot of these, I'm in a demo account, a lot of these are showing up as unknown, but they will show up as your employee record throughout the thing. So there are some settings up here at the top. You're going to go into time clock settings. Now, you'll notice we have our GPS to log in. So on the mobile app, it does log GPS coordinates as long as the user has accepted the ability to check GPS location. If they haven't accepted it, then they're going to get a failure if this is turned on. And it's going to warn them, let them know they need to accept GPS coordinates in their settings, privacy and location settings. So we can turn that on or off. I don't really like to require it, but if you want to make sure that they're clocking in on the job site, then we can require that here. We can also say they must have a job to clock in. That, again, I wouldn't suggest necessarily using that, but some people only like to have time clocked to specific projects. So you can set that and turn that on if you need to. It will have clock-in reminders. So the clock-in reminders essentially let, if an employee arrives to a job site that's assigned to that project, it will show them a push notification on their device saying, hey, don't forget to clock in. You've just arrived at this project. So this tries to help avoid I forgot to clock in on that job. So if we're sending the notifications to the app, those are some of the high power features of the app. And I highly suggest that you have all your employees that are going to be using the app in the field, download and use the app, both on Android and iOS. There's in the Google Play Store or in the App Store for iOS. So we have those clock-in reminders. And we also have, if it is a dispatchable rep, we can say we want to share that tech location for dispatch. So it basically allows a dispatch, somebody in the office, to be able to at any point see where that user is at and how far away they are from a potential job. So they could see, hey, Brandon is 5-minute drive from another project that just came in and he should be off that project in 15 minutes. Let's reroute him to this project so we can get that dispatch a little bit more efficient. So we can have that turned on. I keep these two on. We also have an auto clock out. So if somebody forgets to clock out, again, we do have those clock in, clock out reminders that are happening. So it'll remind the user that they need to clock out if it notices that their GPS location is driving away. Or if those aren't turned on, you can say, okay, I don't want employees to be able to work for more than 12 hours in one day. So it's just a safety net. So if it's empty, it's just disabled, but it makes sure that your guys are clocking in and clocking out. So that's about it. Those are the time clock features. You're going to see all of, like I said, all of the clock in, clock outs. You're going to notice in our next push, we will see next week, there will be a time clock report here. So you'll be able to get either an Excel, CSV, Google Sheet, whatever, full report for a time range. So when you're processing your payroll, you can reference the clock ins and clock outs and get those entered. If you don't have a connection to whether it be QuickBooks Time or QuickBooks or Sage or whatever accounting and payroll platform that you use. So that's about it. If you have any questions, reach out to customer success. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.